and welcome to episode 20 of the Tavern Chat podcast. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your local bartender on the OSR. You can also find me on tenkarstavern.com. So, 2 days ago, with episode 18, I talked about the AD&D 1E Thief class, and I made the statement that the AD&D 1E Player's Handbook Thief is not meant to be a standalone class. And Father Dave responded on the blog side to that. And it's an interesting response, and I thought I would touch on it today. So, Father Dave said, from a world building perspective, does this view of the thief class mean that all demi-humans are sneaky, pickpockety, and backstabby, and are therefore generally untrustworthy? Or is it all part of the alien nature of these cultures that doesn't value life and property as much as humans do? It is a very interesting point of view that has implications far beyond allowing demi-humans into the endgame. And Father Dave has a great observation here. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even think that. Well, you know what? Maybe there was some of that in Gary's mind because uh, AD&D is most certainly a human-centric game, and you can almost throw the demi-humans into there, but they're all lesser. And again, they all have level limits to keep you from um, making that superior fighter who's an elf with that +1 hit, that racial bonus on long swords and bows. So innately, a same level fighter that's an elf and a human, all those things being considered, with the move silently, hide in shadows that the elf gets just for being an elf, hear the extra chance to hear noise and find secret doors. What makes humans unique in AD&D? And what makes humans unique in AD&D is their unlimited advancement in all the classes that they can choose. And they can choose from all of them. They're not limited in choosing their class. Demi-humans most certainly are limited, not just in the classes they can choose, but in the levels they can achieve, except for the thief class. So why would you make the thief class the class that is unlimited in levels? And the thief is not a frontline fighter. He's not a healer. She's not going to throw a fireball out there unless multi-class with the other classes that have available to them based upon race, but are limited. But again, why thief? Because thief, as it stands on its own, is not a class that's going to uh, steal the thunder. Yeah, your thief might get a backstab in, but as the AD&D rules are written, it's not, well, it is or it isn't easy to get a backstab depending on your DM. I've always seen it that to get a backstab in, you pretty much needed surprise because, or coming from a hide in shadows where you weren't seen. Because if you're seen on the battlefield, they know you're there. It's not like you're totally coming from nowhere. But I digress. We're going to go back to, are the demi-humans thieves? Well, you know, are they seen? They're seen as outsiders by humans. I mean, dwarves are dour, elves are flighty and generally standoffish. Halflings are probably regarded as thieves because the only classes they can even participate in are fighter and magic user, and their fighting level is extremely limited. Like fourth level, unless they are a tall fellow or a stout with high. Trust me, your halfling is going to be a thief. If you're playing a halfling, not only the other players know it, but probably the whole gaming world knows it, as does everybody in your uh, game world. So yeah, demi-humans are different. They aren't just funny-looking humans. They're a little shorter, or a lot shorter and heavier. They're not, you know, 4'5" women with beards and broad shoulders. Um, they are different culturally. They are different, and maybe the outside world does regard most of them as outside the system. In a lot of settings, the only dwarves you're going to have in the outside world are dwarves that are no longer part of their clans. Uh, you have half elves, and half elves are regarded as a little bit of an outsider from both the elven race and the human race in a lot of settings. So, um, yeah, Father Dave brings up a damn good point.
Incoming call from Chris.
And do they value life and property as much as humans do? With the exception of halflings, dwarves, and elves, and I guess gnomes too, all live significantly longer than humans. So, do they put as much value on life and property? On property, maybe certain property. We have this idea that dwarves are money hungry asses that just want golden gems for themselves or whatever dwarven heritage treasure they're looking for. Uh, elves are probably more into finding the magic items, and halflings are just into it, finding other people's property. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Father Dave brings up a really interesting point, and I don't even know if I can truly explore it because it really depends on the defaults of your world. If you're asking me when I was first gaming as a teenager, I never would have thought about this stuff. Again, dwarves are just short humans that had a better constitution bonus and had a -1 to their charisma and made decent fighters, and they could get to ninth level. A lot of games ended at that point, so it didn't make a difference. Uh, elves had all these great extra bonuses and that +1 with bows and +1 with long and short swords. They were a viable choice, and the multi-classing made them even more viable. Now, here's the other thing when you talk about multi-classing. Uh, an elven magic user thief. Does everybody need to know that he's part thief? No, they'll probably all assume that, unless he shows otherwise and shows his cards otherwise, that he's a magic user. Uh, dwarven fighter thief carrying that, dwarven battle axe. Probably there as a fighter, not necessarily as a thief. So a lot of times the thiefiness of your demi-humans is not necessarily going to be obvious, especially if they try to conceal it from the outside world. Sure, the party knows about it, but does the outside world know about it? Do they advertise that aspect of them? And that takes it even a little bit further from Father Dave's. It's something that they're ashamed of. They're going to show themselves as a magic because they're going to show themselves as a fighter, or the gnome's going to be the illusionist. Are they going to show the fact that they have this sneaky side to them that's attuned to mechanically opening locks and picking traps and hiding and attacking from behind? And maybe because these races are less in population, that the human race is by far the dominant race in these settings. Maybe they need to be able to surprise their opponents, surprise other races with their abilities, and that sneakiness is part of it. Wow. Yep. Padre, Dave, yes, thank you. Very, very thought provoking little question. Wow. Well, tomorrow I head out to North Texas 12:30 flight out of New York. Um, my computer, which has been flaky now for the last couple of weeks, and getting really flaky last this past weekend. I don't know. Let's see. It's an iMac. I'm logged in with another admin account, and it doesn't seem to be having all the permissions issues. So maybe I've eked another 6 months to a year out of this. We shall see. But I'll be bringing my laptop with me to North Texas, and I will be recording episodes there. So if you are there and you want to get in on one, please track me down. I'm running games Thursday, Friday, Saturday from 9 to 1 with the Rapinathic Mouth of Doom table with a 3D terrain. I am not coming with any sort of miniatures, but I'm hoping others do because there's no way I'm traveling with it. And I don't have any of that painted. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. Always appreciated. Leave me voicemails, or like Father Dave, leave me comments on the blog site about a post. Um, I do personally think I'm best when I'm responding to you as opposed to you responding just to me. So, yes, leave me voicemails, leave me comments, and thank you. God bless. Stay safe. Later, folks.